wishing for tomorrow, lost within a dream, trying to find the answer to the question, and it seems that love makes the world.
You were at Crunchy? We're at Crunchy? How was that? I was at SAC, yeah. How was Crunchy? Yeah? Dude, I've heard mixed things. Some of my friends said they made like no money, and some other friends said it was like the best show. Yeah.
I'm kind of leaning towards the best, but not the best.
But good. Okay. That's crazy.
SAC Anime was dope.
SAC Anime was good. Yeah. It wasn't amazing, but
I can't believe they put them on the same day. They're like overlapping in my area all the time now. It's like they're battling.
yeah, see, I didn't vlog my SAC Anime vlog from last week because I didn't bring my SD card, but SAC Anime and Crunchyroll had the same weekend. And you're on the vlog.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. No, you're good. No, you're good. You're good. I'm just warning you. No, so they had them on the same weekend, but SAC Anime always does that first weekend of September. But Crunchyroll came up and they were like, nah, son, we're going to take this. So I feel like they were both decent to good, but I feel like had Crunchyroll just like backed off, then they could have both had like good shows, like really good shows. Yeah. So you've been doing a lot of shows?
No, I actually cut back because I went back to school.
Good. Yeah. Fuck
You're
this
cutting
shit.
back too, yeah?
Yeah, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing like the, we've done it enough already to know which ones to stick with.
Yeah, stick with the big boys.
Yeah.
And I mean, we got the experience down, and I feel like there's really nowhere else to go with it. So, yeah.
Until things start getting good again, because they haven't been.
You notice that?
Oh, yeah.
You notice that they've been, yeah.
It's for everybody.
It's not just California either. Like the Texas shows I went to are down. When I was in Indiana, that show was down. Like, just everything is just.
Yeah. Just kind of
So what I'm saying is this show better be good.
I know.
All right, dude.
Riding on the rhythm of hearts that beat as one. This feels like forever, and we've only just begun. 'Cause love makes the world feel good.
You use the mic.
Yeah. Yeah, my first set of vlogs when I wasn't using the mic, I couldn't capture. It was like all my video was kind of pointless because I didn't have any. You couldn't catch my interactions with people, which is the best part. Yeah, I went through like every single episode, pausing and pausing and pausing as I was doing that. Yeah.
That's pretty. How long does it take you to do it?
The Rick and Morty piece was about 150 hours.
That thing looks insane right there.
Oh, the Pokemon? Yeah, that I spent over 500 hours on that piece. We just opened the doors, made a couple sales already. Not too shabby, but got a long weekend to go. The ones on display are the large sizes. Yeah, the king size is like that. That's 4 feet by 3 feet.
She watches your YouTube videos. She's just.
Oh, you do? Don't you say anything?
Yeah.
San Francisco, and that's when like I started showing her because she's actually considering like doing artwork like this. So
Okay,
she was,
okay.
like, really like looking at your videos.
What do you like to draw?
I don't know. It's kind of like everyone always talks about like finding their style, so I feel like it's kind of pressure to find a style, but
Well,
I just draw anything.
yeah, just draw whatever you want, however you want to do it, and then your style will eventually get there. Yeah, so you can't force that stuff, but that's just people talking.
Yeah, I know.
People who
It's
don't
just,
have a
like,
style talking about finding your style.
Like finding a style, yeah. Yeah, it's really cool that you post about like what it's actually like being an artist at the events, though, because I never really see anyone talking about that, like what it's actually like.
Well, a lot of them they don't want to ever talk down because it's like they don't want to get blacklisted by a show or something, or I don't know, they don't want to give out information because other artists might, get a little leg up.
Yeah, because you find out like how it's actually done and all of that.
Yeah, and then maybe someone will do it better than you and take all your business. So I'm just like, whatever. Who gives a shit? Yeah.
Well, there's just a few things like it's not located.
Yeah, those are my original characters and concepts.
That's cool. We have a BRZ. So
Yeah?
Yeah. Look, the Skyline one. Her favorite car is R34, so.
Yeah, I want a BRZ, but
Oh, really?
because I travel for these shows all the time, I was just like, I can't fit everything in there.
Oh, that's funny.
So I just bought a Civic. So day one's actually going really slow right now. I sometimes I wonder if it's because I'm like mentally checked out that like I don't really. Here's the thing: when you're not really here, like you're here, but you're not here. When you're not present, I feel like people can tell, and it's just you get the consequence of not being here, as in not making sense. So, might just be me.
That's so cool, bud. How you liking the show so far?
It's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
How's everything? Had to throw anyone out yet? What's going on?
We've had a little incident, Dragon Ball area. But what are you supposed to do? Other than that,
What, like cosplayers being too loud or
just
what?
stupid people being stupid, just on man. But it's going really well. The show
Good,
runs
good.
itself, and it's really good. As long as you guys are happy,
I'm having a good time.
good.
Yeah,
Good
that's
for
why I
you,
came
man.
back.
That's perfect. Enjoyed the show.
Thanks, man. So day one is coming to a close. This was much slower than last year, much slower than I was expecting. My display's not looking very good this week. I tried something different and it didn't really work out. Tomorrow I have some ideas how I'm going to fix it, so I'll come in early tomorrow and kind of fuck around with it, and I'll fix it. I'll make it clean and really sharp. Also, my League of Legends posters finally came in the mail a day late. So I will have that displayed here. I have my extra frame already. So tomorrow my display will be more like up to par, what it should be. And Saturday is going to be really busy, It's a Friday. You can't really expect people to come through. They get off at 5. We're closing at 7. What do you want from them, right? There were a lot of looky-loos today with the weekend badges, so you got to be ready for that too. But you know what? It's all right. Like I made back. I was gonna say made back. I didn't make back table because I forgot about 2 tables. I made back one of my tables. So, I would say manage expectations, but I'm fucking tired of managing my expectations. I know what I want, and tomorrow I'm gonna fix this up, and we're gonna hustle hard for it. But we got all. Luckily, the spot I'm staying at is only across the street from the con, so that's no big deal. I'm here to pick up a package, or might be a few packages. Last name is Cayco, Christopher.
Toughest place at Battalion.
So let me tell you something about this fucking hotel, right? They're doing a lot of construction, and I get it. You gotta renovate when you gotta renovate, right? But to get to my room, I have to take the elevators up on the east side of the building to floor 3, and then walk to the west side of the building, and then take a staircase back down. And I was like, isn't there just a way I could just walk from the bottom floor, the street level, just take the stairs all the way? I'm like, no, because that's closed off too. So basically, make me run around like a motherfucker out this bitch. I've had a really grumpy day today. Boy, I miss the days when I had a cameraman, Carl. So as you saw, my League of Legends posters came in yesterday, and we have to get to the con a little early. We're allowed to set up at 8. I think VIP goes in at 9:30. It is currently 8:30 right now, so I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna readjust my display because I'm really not happy with how it looks. I tried some new things yesterday and it didn't work out, and then it's just a bunch of little things went wrong, but luckily I don't care enough to let it bother me, so I'm gonna go in and fix up the display right now, and hopefully today. Hopefully today goes well.
Where did you go?
I just keep it out. Once it's out of date, I just wait for like a year.
And then you do update it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, there's so few League products now because everyone moved to Overwatch that League fans, they'll still buy it even if it's outdated.
Sure.
Yeah, so it just...
And they probably understand that you can't have it perfect all the time.
Yeah, they get it, yeah. Overwatch fans are super picky though. I'm missing one character on there and sales have gone down like crazy. Like
But
30.
Overwatch doesn't introduce stuff nearly as often, right?
Not as often, but the last one they released was a really short. Like it was like 3 or 4 months apart, and before that it was like 6 months.
Sure.
So whatever. Just empty the inventory before I retire. As part of my whole thing about getting ready for AX next year and just like everything that comes after that, where I'm backing away from conventions, I am trying to study more, and part of that is I'm trying to work under certain mentors and other artists that I really like. And one artist that I really have an appreciation for is Tom Fox, and I was part of his Patreon, doing his Patreon mentorship, but scheduling issues, mostly my fault, it didn't work out, but there were some scheduling issues and I'm not going to be able to train underneath him anymore, which sucks. And if you haven't checked out his work, it's fucking good. So you should go check out his work, definitely. Tom Fox draws like fucking beast. So, I'm in this place now where I'm like, I'm going to have this time to study. I was looking for a mentor. Do I want a mentor, or should I go the same path that I've been, where I'm just like kind of training on my own? Because I feel like the reason I went to a mentor is because I feel like maybe I've capped learning on my own. I've always said I don't think there's a replacement for a good mentor, but we will have to see what happens. Maybe this is just the path where I'm always going to be on my own kind of thing. Because this is not the first time I've tried to get a mentor. This is the third time I've ever tried to get a mentor, and I only try and hit up people who I genuinely think are gonna who are 100% better than me, who I can learn absolutely from. So, not gonna throw money at anyone, but it sucks that all 3 times I've tried, things have happened. Very they end amicably, but it's like, just, anyway.
Did you come to make it right? Did you come to say goodbye? Did you come to say goodbye?
The downside of doing these vlogs is every time an interesting conversation happens, I have the camera off. So, somebody came by and said they watch my vlogs mainly for the purpose of seeing whether this was something they wanted to do with their lives or not. And we had a discussion about the separation between work and home. And I worked manual labor from 15 to 25. Like when I was in high school, I was working like big bounce house companies. I lugged those things around. Those things are like 200-300 pounds a pop. you know, then I became a mechanic, and it was just like manual labor for 10 years. But once you clock out, you're done. This job, being an artist, especially if you're traveling, the thing that makes it tiring is that you can never turn off. That's why as of lately you've seen me, like, I'm trying to go to like raves. I'm trying to play some video games here and there, because I need to turn off every now and then. And that's what I mean when I say turn off. You're at the show, or you're at home doing commissions, or you're trying to get commissions, or you're trying to do emails, or you're trying to handle your social media. You never turn off. And sometimes you either want to or you need to. And that's what makes this so tiring. So, anyway, Jennifer, thank you for coming by the table. Awfully slow for a Saturday. I almost can't believe how slow this shit is. Like, I was talking to a bunch of my friends from California, and nobody's doing well. And I'm placed in like the exact same location as I was last year. And my friends, they're all like scattered across the artist alley. So it's not like just like one section of the AA is bad. It's like everyone is slower. Everyone's doing bad. So, I mean, you get that little bit of comfort knowing that everyone's doing bad. It's not just you. But at the same time, you don't want anyone to do bad. You want everyone to fucking kill it. You know what I'm saying? I remember how I told you they were doing construction here? Well, let's see if I could access my fucking floor without having to run around the other side. Goddamn right. Fucking finally. Yeah, with my Rick and Morty drawing, I went through every single episode and paused it and paused it and paused it, yes. So any Rick and Morty that's ever shown up on the Citadel ever is on there. Yeah, all the interdimensional cable characters, all of the parasites, the memory parasites are on there.
Every single character.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, the Rick Lannis mix-up, the season 3, episode 7, it took me 2 weeks to get through that episode. Yeah, with all the Ricks, yeah.
Buy the one with the frame.
Yeah.
But what time? What do you mean?
I think we close at 5 today. So anytime after 4. Oh, okay. Well, what time do you think you're gonna stay till?
Well, we'll probably leave between 3 and 4.
How about on your way out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like after 3:30, but on your way out. Does that work? Okay.
Hi. Can I get the standard of this one?
Yeah. See, Rick and Morty won an Emmy yesterday. Yeah. Cool. Show's about to wrap up right now. Luckily, things picked up at the end. You could see my table. I sold my Rick and Morty display first, then the Pokemon display went after that, then the Overwatch piece went after that, and the League of Legends piece, I noticed, at least here at this particular show, it wasn't selling a lot. Anime shows, video game shows, the League like dominates, but here at this comic book show, not so much. So I went ahead and unframed the League of Legends display, and I put the Rick and Morty in it, because at that time the person had picked up the Rick and Morty display, so I had an empty spot on the table. So I took off the League of Legends and replaced it with the big Rick and Morty one, put it back, and like in 5 minutes somebody bought the one with the frame. So Rick and Morty is doing a really good job carrying itself at comic book shows. I think it's because it's like a generic pop culture kind of thing, but at anime shows the Rick and Morty does not carry its own weight, so I have to be a little cautious. Well, not cautious, but I just have to be more aware of that and not get upset when it doesn't perform. But Rick and Morty basically carried me this whole weekend. Like, this is at least like 40% of all my sales, so good. So we're about to close up in about 10 minutes. I'm going to pack up all my stuff, and yeah. I'm gonna see you guys at the airport because I have to stay there overnight, and I'll talk to you guys then. Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing well.
Any cards left?
I do, yeah.
Victory. Beautiful.
How was the show for you?
Man,
Oh man, oh
I
no.
didn't spend enough time in the alley, man.
Were you like getting pictures? What was going on?
I'm starting a book project.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm looking for people to work with. What are you up to these days?
So I do conventions full time,
Nice.
and I'm actually done with them in January, and I'm going full time on my comic in January.
Cool, man.
Yeah, so I get you're like excited about it, right? Like yeah. So it's my first time I'm going to be able to work on mine full time. So I'm just like,
That's cool. I don't know
Yeah.
what. Let me.
yeah. Do you have any?
Yes. 150 for 500 cards.
Okay.
All those features.
For all this?
Yeah. No.
No. So for the past 2 years, well, I've been doing conventions 3.5 years. The past 2 years, I've just been poking away at the comic. I've been doing a lot of learning how to write because I could draw the shit out of the comic, but I need to learn how to write. So that's what I've been working on. How do you know how to build a character arc story?
Save the Cat.
Save the Cat?
There's a book. There's a writing book called Save the Cat, and which I have not quite read. But every time I look at like lists of best books to learn how to write, Save the Cat comes up in all the lists.
Cool, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I appreciate this, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so law, right?
Yes.
So I run a YouTube channel
Nice.
where, because I've done, this is, in the past 3.5 years, this is maybe my 120th time selling at a convention. Yeah, so when I say full time, I mean full time. Yeah, well, I vlog all of them. So yeah, so are you cool being on the vlog? I'll put your Instagram there.
Please.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, go for it. But yeah, I'll put your Instagram and link your Instagram and stuff there. A lot of artists follow me, so maybe, you never know if somebody, somebody maybe somebody will hit you up or something. Yeah, cool.
Well, all the best to you. I will
You
be
too, man.
watching.
Chris, do you find that doing the vlogs are kind of therapeutic for you?
Yes. I think I've mentioned it before where all the, how I'm traveling like all the time. If I wasn't vlogging and kind of like, because it feels like you're talking to someone. Yeah.
Well, you are.
Yeah, ultimately you are. If I wasn't doing this, I probably would have lost my mind a long time ago. Yeah.
Living for tomorrow, lost within a dream. Trying to find the answer to the question, and it seems that love makes the world feel good. Singing in the moonlight, dancing in the rain.
Oh yeah, y'all think this is cute, huh? Just flying around everywhere, doing cons, making money. It's fun for a while, but then you realize how much time you actually sink into traveling. How much time? It's not complaining. It's just it is a time sink, How much you spend at layovers or overnight at airports. It's exhausting. Especially, you do it a couple times. It's not a big deal. You do it every weekend. It'll run your ass down. But yeah, so I stayed up. I took a nap, but I stayed up most of the night editing the vlog, and it'll be ready to go soon. But I am beat, and this beat is gonna carry over to by the time I get home. I have to stop by LA first, and then I have to head home after that. So just a big time sink. But my overall thoughts on Rose City was I closed with about 40% of what I had last year, which is really bad. Not down by 40%, I'll close with 40% of last year, which is really, really bad. So I'm not going to do it next year, and none of my California friends said that they plan to do it next year either. So that's that. Anyway, thank you to everyone who came by the table anyway. It was really cool to see some familiar faces, but just logistically, it's not gonna work out. But I'm gonna go back to Portland in a couple of weeks for KumoriCon, an anime show. I tend to do better at anime shows anyway, so I'm curious to see that. That'll be one to check off my list because I've been wanting to do Komori for so long, just to try it out. So before I end my streak of conventions, I can get that out of the way. But it's almost time for me to go check in. And thank you all for watching. Appreciate it.